What's up YouTube, COD4Man221 here, and welcome back to another Cutting Figures 2 online replay. This time we're playing on this interesting map. It's like Ettelbruck Station or something like that. And you can see I am playing as the Wehrmacht. I have my two subscribers that are playing as the Oberkommando West. I did do a decent amount of games yesterday. It was my day off, so just random teams, 3v3s, 4v4s with some of you guys. So that was kind of fun to do. Anyway, you can see here I decided to get some assault grenadiers. This map is all about pushing, and especially on this sector here. This house is critical. If you're the Allies, put some men immediately. Well, try to get at least like some riflemen or something in this house. And one thing I've noticed that the Wehrmacht players don't do enough when they're going against the US team, pretty much. There's one Soviet, keep that in mind. But they don't go for the assault engineers with flamethrowers, which is good. And well, the Americans need to do that on this map. But what they don't have is they don't make machine guns. As a Wehrmacht, my huge advantage is having machine guns. Anyway, you can see up close and personal, these Storm Pioneers will absolutely destroy these rear echelon troops. Not to mention I have my assault grenadiers come in with their MP40s. You can see that unit was wiped. This unit doesn't stand much of a chance. We do have Pioneers. The Germans, the Wehrmacht and the Oberkommando West are very close quarters with the infantry that we have here right now. And yeah, they're just not going to survive this engagement. They keep pouring more troops in. Interesting that, I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm just going to call him JS, as a Jeep. And a Jeep will kill this car, but the thing is, he says it's just a Jeep, and against machine guns, it's pretty bad. And then one thing you can do, I've been doing it a little bit, is this is like a choke point. If you can barbed wire this section off, then they can have to come all the way around and get to the VP, and you have a machine gun covering that. Now you can see I have my machine gun. I don't want to push. I know they have this house occupied, which is good, so I'm going to bring my MG into this house, which keep in mind it does have a decent amount of windows. It has 3 or 4, actually it's like 6 on this side. You can see it's a little dusty, and I'm just going to start focusing fire on this Jeep. And you can see with, you know, all the infantry shooting at this Jeep that it's hell, they're just getting destroyed. And you can see we did wipe out that Jeep there. Meanwhile, on this side, it's a little quieter. Say we're almost triple teaming this side, and then they're forced to pull back. So I'm going to take this position in this building. My goal is to get an MG in this building. I have a second MG out. I'm not MG spamming, I'm going to get 2 or 3 of them. I guess you could call. If you use them right, you know, the Americans really can't do anything. You can see we're using barbed wire. These streets are, these guys seem slow at placing barbed wire. The streets are pretty congested in here. See, I barbed wired. I didn't do this thing because I wasn't zooming in. But I'd recommend if you're putting any of your men into a building, use Alt and kind of see how many windows that your men can shoot out of. Anyway, I like this map, but it's very machine gun focused. So I do have a machine gun there. I'm in position 1 by this rubble here. It does give me some light cover. And now, you know, I'm going to lay some barbed wire down. I kind of feel like the Germans from... okay, so you can see he's doing the barbed wire here. And now cover his flank as he's hopping more men in the house. This is a great house to occupy, especially with the machine gun. You can see all the men that can shoot out of those windows there. So this guy's got pinned by a Maxim. The thing is, the US just can't make any machine guns very early. Now, I was afraid there might be a Greyhound. Well, I guess it's just an armored car pop out by the Americans. You can see he does have the awesome Pathfinders here. Screaming Eagles. See their insignia patch. And they did set up a beacon. This does allow paratroopers to drop in quickly and reinforce. It makes it so they can drop it more in a tighter group. And I also built a telemine here in case any of those armored cars were there. We just... you can see that the center is now barbed wired off. They can hop in this house and then try to hop out the backside. That could be the way to get around it. But there's no way they're going to advance this way. They don't have any mortars as the United States. They don't have any machine guns this early. And I'm just like, I dare their infantry to come in. I have 2 machine guns. And then you can see man shifted his forces left. Has a lot of men in this house, which does have multiple windows. You know, he's going to be shooting out. And there goes the machine gun there. So now he's starting to shift over center because we doubled this. You know, we completely won this side, which is good. Now we're going to start focusing on this side. I do have my assault grenadiers. I'm trying to get around the MG. I tried using sprint there, but it did not work. I have to fall back or I'm gonna lose my guys. And look at that pathing. He like gets stuck in the conscript. You still can't hit me though. He's point blank with him. Alright, another great big house here with the Volksgrenadiers. Tick. Anyway, and you can see he recruited the Maxim with some Storm Pioneers. Storm Pioneers aren't the cheapest unit to replace. I would have used definitely the Volksgrenadiers over that. But who knows, the range might have been good. I mean, machine guns are great at countering the American blobs, obviously. And definitely the barbed wire early on, especially because the United States Rear Echelon troops have to upgrade with those munitions that they're pretty much going to be trying to spend on the trying to get better weapons. It's even a strike force here, a nice little group. We have 2 jeeps. We have a couple riflemen, 2 rifleman squads, a Pathfinder, 3 rifleman squads, a Pathfinder, a rear echelon, and 2 jeeps. This is the attack guys waiting for. Either they decide to push through the barbed wire, they will get killed. You can just see instantly suppressed by 2 machine guns in the middle of the street. They are taking shots, and we even blew a hole in the house there. So these guys are now pinned. If these guys get veterancy too, which they just did, you can see I just hopped on with the incendiary piercing rounds, and that pretty much wiped out that guy. That wiped out that jeep there. You can see they're all just in a blob. If I had some mortars or something, maybe screw. There's 20 riflemen right there. You can see. I hopped on my machine gun again. Even if I lose it, it's worth it to just keep them suppressed. So this attack is going nowhere. You can see they can't really do anything because they don't have the mortars yet. They could get some artillery from. Let's actually hop on the JS here. You could get a howitzer. That'll take him a little while. He has to get 80 fuel, and he's spending it on these trucks, which are 20 each. So you don't have a lot of fuel to begin with, and then you're spending it on those trucks. I'm going to withdraw this Vet 2 crew. It's worth more to me alive, obviously, and reinforced and, holding his position there. And you can see Van did hop in, a Volksgrenadier who had Panzerschrecks. So now the Soviet shock troops. Soviet shock troops, I think, would be very good on this map with the close quarters. And you can just see the number of men in this house. The thing is, though, they can't go anywhere and they're getting outnumbered. We've taken over. We have the map control on this. We're getting a decent amount of fuel for it. They do have their own fuel source. I think we should start attacking that at some point. You can see a lot of shock troops. I have more men over here. And I'm building a support armor corps so I can get a Panzer IV out. I believe in a little bit here, JS is going to quit along with... the regular actually stays throughout the whole game. Oh, I called that exactly. So JS has quit. So now we have Max left and the regulator. Keep in mind, this was a JS's assault. You can see the, that's actually kind of cool. You can see in the building. You can, look out. So Orange hasn't given up just yet, but that's going to be the computer now. You can see I've lost 8 men and killed 24. And 5-1, 22 and 11. And I have a second machine gun I just stopped because I saw those shock troops. They're going to hop in some smoke. I don't want them to get into this building. That would be pretty bad for me. So I got to move my machine gun in there. As you can see, I'm doing that now. Just really don't want the shock troops. They're going to toss a grenade and try to wipe out my squad. That's going to hurt. But an Austin might be good right now. And Panzer IV would be good. And you can see that's the AI just getting completely destroyed. They're still trying to take out my position. You cannot, with the tools they have right now, they cannot take this position. Especially on urban maps, artillery is pretty important. You can see my crews are getting veterancy. You can see my Vet 2 crew is going to be reinforcing and heading back to the front lines here. That's the computer. I'm just going to fast forward here a little bit while we're fighting against that computer player. Okay, you can see this is a human player still. That is Max Kingdom, heading right into a bunch of machine guns. And the Kubelwagen. And here's the regulator. You can see he does have this infrared searchlight half-track, so we can see throughout the fog of war the units coming up. It's just a blob. This is when Max decides to quit. And I do give some credit to Regulator for staying. But you can just see the blob. Like, don't blob up your men. Like, try to keep your men somewhat spread out. I was trying to get my machine gun like in here. And then look, Stuka Subus is landing on here. And that just wiped out quite a lot of men. Let's find that Stuka. 6 men. On one of the games I played yesterday, my Stuka Subus had almost 80 kills. Means I do some Grenadiers here. A good choice would also be the Lightning War Doctrine, which does give you Gewehrs. But, I mean, I like playing as Wehrmacht again. It's fun. I'm still going to get you guys games to the US and Oberkommando West. We have been doing a little bit more of Wehrmacht, and so as you can see, he tried to get his machine gun in this house, but my men ran slightly faster, and we're just going to completely destroy this gun here. This gun crew. So that is the computer player here. So the computers are actually making progress here on this left side. And I'm trying to help. I'd like to definitely take away their munitions. I saw they were reinforcing here. So this ambulance is very vulnerable to any kind of fire. So we're doing quite a lot of damage to their MP40s. I see these guys are suppressed, so I'm going to go after them there. Just, you have no chance. You could have literally 7 squads of US soldiers or shock troops. Unless you used a lot of smoke, got in a round or something, or hopped in a building and got out, you cannot take on 3 machine guns all with veterancy. Here comes the Panzer IV. You can see we keep pushing. I mean, there's an AI, right? They do have mortars. I'm just going to show you Regulator's last desperate attack here. So you can see the Jeeps, they're actually nerfed a lot because originally the Jeeps were a little overpowered. And then you can see my tank is just making it hard for these American bazooka men to fire. And we did wipe out that squad. You can see Regulator is getting behind our lines with paratroopers, which is not good, but it's going to be interesting how I counter this, because right now they're going to beat my assault grenades. These guys cost a lot more. I am throwing some grenades, and he's just going to dodge us. That's good. The Regulator has some micro skills. Let's look what level he is. He's level 90. Anyway, more Americans dropping out of the sky. He's trying to cut off our fuel. And look at this. This is a counter to the rifleman, the American airborne popping out of the sky. This half track will give my men heavy cover and get us close with these men. And it keeps them mobile. As soon as Americans have low health, you can just see we're just pushing in with our MP44s and just wiping these guys completely out. You can see my assault grenadier is like flying around. I guess he's a little upset. Look at this. Oh my gosh, he's dancing. He's like, wait for me. Wow, that was funny. So I can recapture this. That was actually really good to show. We have a Luke's up here. Very good anti-infantry in the beginning, but it does cost 50 fuel. So, yeah, he's using this airborne doctrine to try to get behind our lines again. And I'm gonna make a micro mistake here. Like, I click here to, I forgot that, you know, not the car can help capture this, but I have to actually hop my men out of it to capture our fuel back. But honestly, we have their fuel, it really doesn't matter. And they're just feeding my, the AI is just feeding my tank kills. You can see I have 6 kills and 18 men lost. So yeah, you can see this was kind of a slaughter. But I thought it was good. You can see he's landing more paratroopers behind the lines. But yeah, it is great for counting paratroopers. I'd highly recommend the half track with, you know, it's assault group if you do this doctrine. If you use my doctrine here, the mechanized assault. You can see the ambulance is dead. I want to show Regulator's final attack before he quits here. Bombing the AI's base. He brought his men further into his base. You can see he's harassing us again behind the lines. I'm just gonna actually have my men up here capturing the munitions. can see, I mean, it's just a... That's my own artillery. It's just a slaughter. I mean, they are AI, right? So the regulator is pretty much down to 75 points here. Good for him finding the end, though. You can see they're taking our field again. I just don't care at this point. I haven't brought my own men in. We destroyed the machine guns. Still no, like his attacks. He was just dropping paratroopers left and right? So they're behind our lines. Should be good, but it's all his manpower basically. So he's carving out a chunk of the map there. And I could respond with these men, but I just don't really see a point. You can see the AIs are helping each other trying to rebuild their tents. And that's pretty much the game there. Hope you guys enjoyed this. You can definitely see, well, besides the fact that 2 teammates quit, right? We have a small, we did that. We pushed up very aggressive in the beginning with assault grenadiers, and I had some machine guns. Pushed back the Americans. They're just pretty much stuck at this choke point with several machine guns, the 2 I had, and by going very heavy, there's 4 jeeps here. By going very heavy on the light jeeps, you can see they really didn't stand a chance to put them back significantly on fuel, getting lieutenants, possibly getting an AA half track or some kind of howitzer to deal with my machine guns. And the Soviet player just quit also. He was making some progress, but his shock troops got kind of stuck up on the barbed wire and things. And I hope you guys enjoyed. You can see the final kills here. I had 102 and 20 men lost. Tick had 102 and 13 lost, 107. Very one side. You can see the regular only had 9 kills. So that was a little low. The AI did get a lot more than him. Anyway, Codforman 221 signing off.